This video may be a bit different from my other videos, but I was going through this thing for a long time and it took me until recently to find this out and thought it could be valuable to many others if I share this story and my experiences. And I'm going to try and do this all in one take to keep it raw and real as possible. If you clicked on the title of this video, I'm assuming you're not where you want to be, feel good about where you're currently at in life, or just curious on the subject. Do you have a hobby or dream that you feel may have passed you by? I felt this way for a long time. The first time I experienced this feeling, I was 13 years old and I was in middle school. I came across a YouTuber that I wanted to be like. He did pop punk covers of songs and had fun recording all of his music videos, and they were so simple and the covers were pretty decent. At the time, he must have been like 18, 19 years old, which was older than me, but still practically a baby in the world. I thought if I wanted to be like him, I was already way behind. It would take so much time to develop an ability to learn how to sing, play guitar, edit videos, and then create them. I thought I was behind in life for not starting earlier. I was 13. This goal seemed so overwhelming and impossible, because what consumed most of my time was school, work, friends, and my remaining time would be towards video games, a passion of mine. Growing up, I loved video games. Not like any other kid claimed they did, because I noticed all of my friends around me would tell me, hey, I love video games. I could tell they didn't love them as much as I did after hearing, yeah, I used to play them all the time. And I'd be thinking, I still play them, what do you mean used to play them? So any remaining time of mine would go to playing video games. With the little time I've had in my day, I didn't want to give that up to learn all the skills of my favorite YouTuber, nor do I really regret it to this day. I was and am a passionate gamer. I used to beat myself up for it big time. I used to find so much shame in the fact that I was passionate about video games. I'm 27 now, and compared to that 13-year-old kid I once was, my passion for gaming has stayed consistent. I get to experience new worlds, stories, music, and gameplay all the time in many different universes. I wanted to see if I can chase a new dream. Not to be a musician like my favorite YouTuber, but to be a gamer on YouTube, so I can connect my passion to a dream. Also, I remember being young and I always loved the idea of getting the camera out and shooting videos. I was just too shy and felt like I never had my group that wanted to do videos with me, so there was no world back then where I would have started. Is there something consistent in your life? What did your childhood self dream of doing? Does that dream still revisit your thoughts? Like, what comes to your mind when I ask about your dream? That dream that you may have passed down as unrealistic? That's the dream I'm talking about. I used to think it's too late for me to start YouTube as a gamer. I used to think YouTube is flooded with gamers already. Not that it isn't flooded with gamers, but by me saying this, I was basically telling myself I'd never have a chance to make it. This is not the right mindset. All this did was prevent me from even trying in the first place. I used to think 16 was too late, and there's times these days where I feel that 27 is definitely too late. It's not. It's never really too late. Why would it be too late? Maybe there's a fear people will judge us for starting late. But I know I've never judged people who started at 30, 40, 50 plus, because it didn't matter when they started. It just mattered where they ended up, and that they tried putting the work in. And the people who hate on them for starting late usually have problems with themselves. Some may judge you, but remember, there's always somebody judging no matter what age you start. Mr. Beast cured blindness for 1,000 people, and there's people calling him the Antichrist for it. The only thing you can control is how you handle that sort of judgment and backlash. Roman Atwood didn't start on YouTube until he was 28. He didn't do well in school, and he worked at his family rope factory late into his 20s and says he remembers crying because he hated it so much. He followed his dreams and made tens of millions of dollars with his daily vlogs and his brand Smile More. He also starred in a prank movie which would be released on Netflix called Natural Born Pranksters. Steve Carell didn't really take off in fame until he was about 40 years old. He was an underground sensation and skyrocketed into fame when he filmed The Office and 40-Year-Old Virgin in 2005. But you never hear about the early days of big successors. You usually just see the end result. Imagine if his fear of judgment stopped him at 30 before he was mainstream and he said, "This is dumb. This isn't getting anywhere." Your focus should solely go into the present moment of what you're doing and what you enjoy. I used to battle the thoughts of, what's the point of starting now, or it's too late for me to even try. I've been working pretty hard on my videos, not because I think they will get me somewhere, but just for the fact that I love gaming and I want to make videos on them. and I have fun doing it. Some videos are more well written, some contain lots of jokes, but all I care about is the product being something that I can be proud of looking back. And who knows, maybe one day I'll get lucky enough to hit 1,000 subscribers, or even a couple thousand or 10,000. But I try to keep it in my heart that I make the videos when I want to make them, make the best video I can, and just keep getting better. That's where my focus is, and maybe everything else will come. If I put my focus on the things like views and subscriber count, I will inevitably fail, because that will lead to so much disappointment early on. I've been guilty of this a few times when videos didn't do well right away. I second-guessed the whole video. But that's dumb. I worked hard and enjoy the videos I make. Some people just get lucky, but you never hear about the majority that don't. What's a dream you've always wanted for yourself? Let me know down in the comments your personal experiences. I'd love to hear what other people are passionate about.